Welcome back. You're watching Overdrive, the place to be for your weekly fix of everything that's hot and happening in the auto world. Shumi and the team are at the Curry Motor Speedway in Coimbatore looking for India's best track day motorcycle. We've seen what they think of the Hero Honda Karizma ZMR, the Bajaj Pulsar 220 and the TVS Apache RTR 180. Let's get back on track now with the Yamaha R15.
From the very beginning, the R15 has always been the favored pick for a track tool. It's a bike that just comes here and it's instantly comfortable at a racetrack. Riders go fast on it without too much thought, and it's a forgiving motorcycle with a very high limit. So you can go fast, you can learn how to go fast, and you can keep doing this for a relatively extended period of time.
Again, it's a very cramped bike. In fact, I personally found it even more cramped than the Apache. But you tend to forget everything when you're riding it. It's just a breeze. It goes where you ask it to go. It revs like mad. You can hold revs to the corner. Doesn't vibrate much. Tires are brilliant. Brakes are good. I would say she's the most fun bike on the track. Maybe not the quickest, but to me, the most fun bike.
The R15 seems to be not only a beginner choice in terms of street, but for the track, I've seen everybody converting from two-strokes from the time that we've been doing track days since about 6 or 7 years ago. Literally everybody's gone from the RX, the RX 135, the two-strokes, to immediately switching to an R15, the benefits of it. The R15 is already set up. It's beautifully engineered. The setup, the race setup that you have, the clip-ons, the disc brakes, and it's a fantastic machine for the track, especially for a beginner, and it's wonderful to learn on it.
No one expected anything short of the world from the Yamaha, and everyone wanted more laps on it. Anand duly clocked a 1 minute 27.1 on it, nearly a second and a half quicker than the RTR, which makes roughly the same power from a bigger engine. Once more, it's the same for me, second and a half quicker than the RTR. My lap times were nearly 5 seconds slower than Anand, of course. Rishad got over the feeling of being cramped and dished out a 1 minute 34.4, which is plenty quick for a track rookie.
In many ways, the Ninja 250R is a unique motorcycle in this test. It's the only one that's assembled here, the rest are manufactured. It's the only twin-cylinder motorcycle, and this is the only motorcycle with a already established international reputation as the best learner sport bike there is. What it competes against today is the CBR 250R, the newly arrived competition for it here and abroad, and in the US, the CBR is the same price. What we're going to find out today, and what all of these people will discover, is whether this is the amazing track tool or the CBR is.
It seemed to be sharper, better suspension setup, and you're sitting right where you want to. Probably on the straights, it's really fast. It's, I think, the fastest here. So lap timings are good.
It's a bike that pushes you into riding faster and faster, and you have a blast at it. I mean, the suspension is perfectly set up. The tires are good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the bike.
It's not just pure power that's making the Ninja faster, but it is the fact that you've got a little bit more grunt on the top end. So when you come out on the corners and the straights, it is getting up to a higher top end. So you're obviously shaving off those seconds as you're coming down the straights. On the corner speeds, the R15, the Ninja and the CBR were, in my world, equally fast.
The Ninja is the quickest motorcycle here. If it weren't so expensive, it would win this test handily. Anand's 1 minute 22.6 lap was the quickest we ever recorded on the test, 2.7 seconds quicker than the CBR 250R. I was 2.5 seconds quicker than the CBR as well, clocking a 1 minute 25.9, while Rishad ducked under the 1 minute 30 second barrier only on the Ninja.
The CBR 250R is the newest motorcycle of this 6, and I've just finished writing the road test, and I have to say, on the road, it's absolutely incredible. The torque is lovely in the city, the way the motorcycle handles the highway is absolutely amazing, and I'm beginning to wonder what the people at the track will think of this bike when they start riding it.
I think it's for a change, a 250 that has a little bit of low end and a lot of mid end, but no top end, is for a track like this. I had a lot of fun on it. Great
great bike when you're moving from a Charisma and Pulsar, especially me riding around Coimbatore for the past few years. But I think the CBR 250 is a big leap from the bikes we've had, and it's a good learner's bike.
From an engine standpoint and from the suspension and the way the geometry is on the machine, I think it's a really good machine. There's a lot of potential for someone who may want to, if this class opens up in the racing circuit. I'm sure this is going to be a hit.
Anand was very happy with his 1 minute 24.3 second lap, immediately making a list of small mods that would bring the lap times down further. As usual, I was just over 4 seconds adrift while Rishad tried very hard, and he was comfortable enough to do this and clocked a 1 minute 31.6 and wanted to try again and again and again to better it. That's the beauty of the CBR. It gives you confidence and rewards you with great mid-range performance when you start pushing. And Continental have done a great job with its tires, which allows that much more room to play and to learn.
These three are the bottom of our 6 motorcycles. I say bottom because they're great street bikes, they're good highway bikes, but at the racetrack, you do get the sense that they weren't meant to be here, although they can hack it. The top 3, R15, CBR 250R and Ninja 250R. Of this lot, the R15 is my pick for the learner's motorcycle. If you're going to become a track day regular, that's where you should begin. It's the cheapest of the 3 motorcycles, it's a very forgiving motorcycle, and there's just enough power to let you learn without scaring yourself. The CBR 250R though is a good upgrade. Half a lakh more expensive, significantly more power, and a chassis that handles it. It does feel heavy, and eventually you'll run into trouble like the suspension being too soft, so the bike feeling a little weird around the corners. But the potential is there, and everybody who rode that bike got on the bike and went fast without having to adjust to the motorcycle, learn how it goes. It just works. But the ultimate track tool we have here is the Ninja 250R. Significantly stiffer than the CBR 250R, significantly more powerful at a track like this, which has long straights and where the top end comes into play. And the 14,000 RPM redline is surprisingly useful because you can exit corners without having to hunt for gears. You can just pull a gear forever. But the winner of our test today is the CBR 250R. And the reason for that is it's half the price of the Ninja 250R. It's very powerful. There's a lot to learn on the motorcycle, and all you need to do is work a little bit on the suspension before you have an amazing track tool that also works everywhere else.